Nakamura! My name is Sage Blake. I'm a wanderer, storyteller, artist immature, and I'm hella bored. I've been trying for the past week to figure out what to put up for a stream this week, well, for the Sunday stream, I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing. For the Saturday one, on the other hand, well, currently at least, I got nothing. I had a half a mind to pull up, what's its nuts, oh damn, they fixed it. I had half a mind to pull up, Shell Shock Live, or maybe even Orange Juice for a third run. But honestly, I wanted to, give myself a little more training with platformers, and generally have a bit of fun, because I remember enjoying Freedom Planet when it was first released, and it's been a while, at least a few years, since the last time I touched it. So that's why I thought it might be an excellent idea to play through the original Freedom Planet as a challenge run. Milla hard mode. I expect to be doing nothing but dying in the immediate future. There is no in-between here. There is no in-between. Because if you're not familiar with Freedom Planet, essentially... How do I bring this? Freedom Planet was one of the big Sonic fan games that debuted in Stage, the Sonic and Amateur Games Expo, and took off running. People really well remember and respect the game, and further have fairly high expectations for the sequel when that finally releases. Who knows when that's gonna be. But in all seriousness, I don't know what else to talk about really, because it's fairly straightforward in terms of the type of game it is. 3 buttons: jump, attack, and a unique action for each character. For Milla here, the unique action is murder cubes. By holding down the basic attack button, we'll be able to form up a murder cube that can deal hits worth to anything that collides with. Be careful with the trajectory. You only get one, so make it count. Fortunately, the block does follow his momentum a bit, so you can get some tricky setups with it if you know how to throw it. More often than not, though, you're going to be using the super cannon, I believe it's called. The special button normally will just produce a pulse that deals like 1 or 2 hits worth of damage. If you can charge up a cube and then hit the special button, it'll perform the super murder cannon, so to speak, which catapults you in a direction, one of 6, I believe. And no wait, I think you can fire it directly above you. I'll test that in a bit. Give me water, please. Nope, can't fire it straight above you. So 6 directions. Speedrunners can effectively do multiple super beam cannons in order to drastically propel themselves in that direction. And I used to be able to do it, but since several updates changed a few things with how controls work, I can't map my buttons effectively. As I have it currently with my PS4 controller, I'm using X and circle, and for my special attack button, I'm forced to use the bumper. I don't like using the bumper at all. I'd rather use the trigger. This boss is fairly straightforward. Yeah, don't get eaten and catapult the angler's little glowy bulb back into its mouth a few times. Blah. Relatively simple boss fight. In terms of my history with this game, well, again, it was one of the first Steam games I ever bought. So, yeah. Just to give you a little perspective, I had known about the game for quite a while, since, oh, right, the glitchy physics of this game. Yeah, the physics is a bit glitchy, it's just a qualm with, click team fusion. More importantly, back to the discussion that I've known about this game for a while thanks to watching the Sonic Adventure Games Expo coverage from people like Mega G. And to be honest, I wanted to do my own sort of undercoverage type show as well, for the longest, but I never really had the technical specs or setup or anything like that in order to properly do it. Nowadays, well, I finally have a gaming PC or something equivalent to it. And yeah, the rest is pretty much history in that respect. Bought this game within the first few months of its release. Really liked it, played it for a while, and completely lost interest, and completely burned myself out of it for a bit when I decided to try Deathless Milla hard mode. You could already see that was a mistake. The moment I said Deathless, mistake. And Deathless Milla is an especially egregious mistake, because, well, if you haven't noticed, Milla's health is tiny. She cannot take a hit worth a damn. And on hard mode, when things deal extra damage, and are generally much more annoying, that's especially not a good idea. If you might have noticed, that one file that said, like, 61 deaths, essentially, I managed, after a few different tries, to fully get to, like, the second part of the final area of the game. Deathless. And that one particular area absolutely ruined me. I was under the expectation that by essentially quitting out every time I suffered death, I'd be fine. As it turns out, not so much. This boss is fairly simple. You can either throw cubes into its mouth, or otherwise capture palms that it spews up and then throw it back into its face. Other than that, it's just a matter of staying close-ish to the platform and not getting hurt. It's not a complicated boss. See?
Yay! That was fun!
Now, earlier in the stage, we picked up a, yin-yang coin of some type. Every time you collect one of those, you get taken into this little dice room, and by spending elemental cores, you can roll the die, gain an extra pickup. This can range from extra lives, to additional crystals, to shields even. Relic Maze. This was actually the common stage, one of the two common stages for the old Freedom Planet demo, way back when. It probably still exists in the Steam stores, but hey. I played the hell out of that demo before the release of this game, and it also didn't help that I was also watching stage coverage, so that means I was watching G-Wolf play through this game, and he was incredibly impressed with it too. I have a lot of fond memories, okay? And I also don't remember how exactly I get those things up there. I think... yeah, you'll be able to at least crawl out of them somehow. The little Milla... Milla? What? This isn't what this is doing. The Milla Yukuri is absolutely adorable. Just a note. There are a whole mess of achievements with this game. I don't expect to get any or many of them even, because some of them are kind of frustrating. I mean, sure, there's the standard speedrun challenges, which by themselves are ugh-inducing. But there are also some achievements that are essentially, hey, can you perform speedrun tricks? More often than not, that's a no from me. Yay. I don't need that. It's been a while since I've gone through this stage. What the hell was that switch? Because, like, I remember you're supposed to hit, like, a certain switch to... oh, no, wait, it's at the end. Now I think I remember. Need to fight a mini-boss. This thing. Really simple mini-boss. You can fight it normally, but for an achievement, you can drop this brick on him. Instantly fells the boss, so you have nothing to worry about, and you could just go on your merry way. The second area here focuses a little on slightly darker aesthetics. And, well, it's like the second stage of the game, so it's still fairly simple. Just make sure to jump every so often so you don't get spiked through by various obstacles. You should be fine. While we're at it, we need to hit that switch, otherwise we won't be able to progress. Come on. While we're at it, get a few more elemental cores. When you pick up a certain amount of crystals, period, and the number changes depending on the difficulty, you'll gain extra lives. For casual mode, I believe, it's like 50 cores. Normal mode, it's 100, and hard mode, 200. We're gonna need extra lives. Well, actually, not exactly. Because this is one of those games where death is a slap on the wrist. If you end up losing all of your lives, you can choose to spend a continue and just pick up where you last left off. There are unlimited continues. So it's only a matter of time and dexterity until you get to the end. Which, I wish there was an option where continues actually mattered. But maybe that's just me and my... Well, let's call it, what I was used to playing back in the day. Then again, I can't really say that all that much, considering my quote-unquote back in the day was like 6 or 8 games on Sega Genesis. Then we immediately made the jump into GameCube. Compared to Lilac and Carol, Milla's version of Relic Maze skips the train boss. Instead, she just goes directly to the underground here. And in story, it's reasoned that, or at least if I remember correctly, in story, it's a little ways past this that Milla actually meets up with and the physics. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, physics quirk for Click Team. Wow, I just can't remember Click Team for the life of me, can I? You think I would, considering Havoc Fox is also using Click Team. Elemental shields have their own properties. There are 5 in the game in correspondence to the Chinese elements. So there is earth, wind, water, fire, and nature. Oh no, wait, sorry, not wind, I mean metal. Because Chinese elements are weird like that. I think that could be broken with a super puppy laser. Yes, it can. Each of the shields has their own secondary properties, in addition to reflecting certain attacks of that element. So, for example, the Earth Shield here will attract crystals that are nearby. Pass by them. The Nature Shield will collect health petals, which, again, restore your HP. The Fire Shield will slowly chip damage anything that's near you. Metal Shield makes you immune to spikes. And... let's see if I remember my elements again, sorry. So there's Earth, Fire... Ah, right, Water Shield. Water Shield essentially gives you unlimited air when you're underwater. Or when you're within the cold darkness of space. Spoiler, we eventually go to space. This particular section here is a bit of a time trial. You go all the way down here, hold down the switch for a few seconds, and then it's a mad dash back up before the spike floor decides to give you another piercing. You've got plenty time, though, provided you're moderately competent in platforming games. In the other room, we have a mini-boss, which can easily be felled by either just attacking a whole bunch, or otherwise, you can have the boss fight itself. There's an achievement for doing it that way, too. Oh, and adorable moment. Anytime you see a bench like this, tap down, and your character will sit, take a seat, bop their head to the music. Vibe. Alright, this is where it's mandatory for you to use Super Puppy Laser. And boss fight. If I remember correctly... Ah, right. There's an achievement for destroying both this Mantis's arms before the fight begins. So in the little instance when he's roaring. It's fairly difficult, and I would recommend using Carol for that, considering she is much more combat prowess than any of the other two. Or at least I argue she has more combat prowess than me. Also, Wild King is kind of disgusting. Remember correctly. Only gotta do this 3 times. Not too bad. Ow. Of course, it ain't exactly helping it. Oh no, wait, never mind. More than that. 4 times. When holding down Milla's attack button, she keeps the shield in front of her that can 6 different directions. The shield can block certain projectiles, not all. At that, Milla can also pick up crystals, shields, and other stuff too. Of course, she needs to have a cube up in order to do so. One more. Alright, at that, the murder cube that she pulls up can also block certain projectiles. Take advantage of it. There we go.
Yay! I'm a super dog!
I'm pretty sure I collected more elemental cores than that, but okay, yeah, whatever. Yay, achievement. Fortune Knight. Very aesthetically pleasing stage. Except for the electrical traps that are scattered through here. keep collecting cores, because the coin here is fairly easy to find. Milla can also dig in certain points of the ground. There has to be dirt in order for it to do that. And usually... Ow! Was that all of my health? Oh, that's disgusting. Damn it, I thought I had enough reach with the beam to hit that. Oh well. Alright, there's a detector, well, quote-unquote detector, in the upper left corner. It's invisible more often than not, but when you pass by certain dirt piles, it may light up. When that happens, you can hit down, mash her attack button, and dig. Well, you could just do that in most places where there's dirt anyway. If you're lucky... Ow. Okay, that's like half my health. Give me the invincibility, because I just want it. Yeah. Oh, right, the diggy spots. More often than not, the rewards that you can get from them are health, crystals, standard stuff. If you're lucky, maybe you could find a shield. Maybe. Ow. I'm gonna need this shield to last, because I'm running out of HP. Oh, this thing. If you're careful... Ow! You can close the cap on this particular enemy, and its own shot bounce back to hit it. With Milla, there's a non-issue, because you can just super puppy laser it repeatedly. Oh no, wait, it's called like Super Phantom Laser. There we go. And this should be a checkpoint. Woo! Don't get hit me. Nope! You can get hit by the moving train. Don't! It wasn't obvious enough. Don't! Actually, I kind of think of it. This shield's kind of got nicked, so... might want to upgrade it to something that will actually hopefully heal me. Provided I can pass by something that can heal me. Oh, good. I need help. Oh, right. If I remember correctly, the nature shield will actually make it so that every time you collect a certain number of crystals, I believe it's like 20. Yeah, every 20 crystals, I think, or 25, you will get a health point. Very, very useful shield. Oh, and, gambling time. This stage has quite a few. I don't know what this says. I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. Maybe I'll put it up in, like, post-editing after this, VOD finishes. Who knows? Because I'm starting to get less opposed to the idea of editing VODs down to take up too much time. place is just nice. I like the music. It's very festive and relaxing. Then again, I like Relic Mazes more. Just, there's something about that harrowing type echo that is just really nice to listen to. Also, high floor gems. And also, high mini-boss. Be careful with this mini-boss, because, ow. If it goes too far down, then it can indeed take down. And we might be actually be getting... Speaking of certain death! Shoulder check a la Wario Land. Let's try this again, this time with a little less failure. Oh, shoot, I meant to grab one of those bombs. Because it's gonna make this a whole lot easier. If I remember correctly, how this boss works is he's going to do his fist thing twice. Then, depending on your positioning in relation to him, he will either do tackle or otherwise shoot cross shots. Usually, he'll tackle only if you're directly within his left to right vector. And on the floor there was the mini-boss for Lilac and Carol, which we'll never see, because I only plan on playing as Milla. Just carry this with me. These escalators do actually have proper physics, so careful with that. What do I get? Crystals. Could be worse. Oh, an additional little Easter egg here. Wait for a few seconds in these specific areas, and your character will dance. Each of the characters has their own little unique idle animation. If you remember correctly, Lilac is the one that actually danced. Lilac and Milla are the only ones that actually kind of dance. Carol embarrasses herself by repeatedly flashing peace signs. Also, I am the knight in shining puppy. Enough of that. Really? Okay, I don't know why that didn't work the first time, but yeah, that's a thing. Go into the men's bathroom, and you're just gonna get immediately put down. Totally makes sense. There are no guys in Freedom Planet. What are you talking about?